Hey, what's up, everybody? This is JR from On the Other Side of the Road. I want to talk to you about having glitches on your radio. There's a reason for that. I found out that the voltage regulator kind of was acting iffy. So I didn't know what was going on. And what I did was I did a little research as to why the radio was glitching. So I found a few things, and it turns out that the voltage regulator is failing. What my issue was with it is that the on the meter, or the dial on the fairing, was spiking high. It was going. Usually, it's normal at just past the 14 volt line. That's a good charge. That's pretty much all bikes where it should be. So mine was spiking 15 volts, and it was going into the red zone. So what I'm going to do now is this morning, it happened on the way into work, and I've been having this issue now for like 2 weeks. Now, you're not really supposed to kind of ride the bike when this is happening. You can take a chance and toast your circuits or something, on the bike, and then you got a real problem. But mine was just kind of fluctuating up and down, and especially if I was going highway speeds, that was, I guess, the motor was making more currents through the charging system. And so I found out that that's a possibility why I was having screen glitches on my infotainment system. So let's go start the bike up and see if it's still happening. Because a couple of days ago, for like almost 3 or 4 days, I was not getting that issue. It was actually went back to normal, which I found really crazy. And I paying attention also I kind of seen that it was usually when it's a little cooler out, it was getting high voltage on the dial. But in a warmer weather, it wasn't really doing as much. So it was spiking, then it would just go back to 14, just above 14, and it was kind of like it went up to 15, back down to 14. Then you keep riding, and then, this thing was weird. So let's go turn on the bike. Let me flip the screen over. Okay, so here it is spiking right now. Now you can see the radio glitch too. See it? That's what's happening. There it goes, going into the red zone. Now it came back up. Radio's glitching. There you go again. There you go, spiking again. The radio keeps glitching. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the bike. Sometimes this helps. So let's see. Give it a few seconds, and then we'll start it back up. Here we go. Anytime we go. All right. So let's see what's happening. Okay. Let's try to start it up. See what it does now. Okay, that's not bad. You see what it's doing now? Now it's where it should be, and it's not going up and down. Yep. So I'm going to put this back on the home screen. Usually when it spikes up, this will change. So far so good. See, it hasn't even moved. So sometimes that works. I don't know if anybody thinks that that's a good idea, but it seems like right now it's normal. shut off the bike for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then restart it. So I'll get back to you on the results of this and installation. Hey, what's up? So I brought the bike in to have the voltage regulator replaced, and the mechanic got into a snafu. One of the screws at the top side on the back between the A-frame won't come out. It's the head, it's a torque screw, I believe, maybe like a 1032. I'm not even sure, because sometimes those are metric or something, or I don't know if it's SAEs or whatever, but it's a torque screw head, and the angle in which he has to access the screw from the A-frame to the back of the cylinder, or the front of the cylinder, in between there, is very tight, and he can't get enough leverage to turn the screws, and it seems like the torque screw head is starting to strip. So the bike had to be left there. So they're gonna do it. This was over the weekend. So the bike is gonna was there on today. It's there still, and they're gonna work on it again. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna wait for a phone call and see what's going on. That's where I'm at right now. Okay, so here's the latest update. I got my bike back, and what's happening is now it's fixed. Okay, so the regulator is installed, but there was another issue that now it's running the opposite of what I was having, which was the high voltage meter running, and now I'm getting under the 14, but still it's between 13 and 14, which is not bad. So the mechanic told me to keep an eye on it, and if it's dropping even more, to come back and fix it. Now I think that maybe the battery is not holding a charge anymore. The battery is definitely over 2 years old. When let's see, the battery was still in there. I bought the bike, and I don't know how long it was there. I'm guessing that it was the original battery in the bike. So I told the guys, why don't we just swap it out and put a new battery in? And he told me, just ride it. If you see that there's a problem, then you just come back and we'll take care of the problem. We'll have it checked. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm riding the bike. The bike is running great. And like I said, it's running between 13 volts and 14 volts. Like it drops. It's running 14 when you're riding the bike. That's just like the hair over 14 on the line, which is good. So the thing is, like I said, if I get to a stop or a traffic light at a red light, the voltmeter drops just a little bit, and it fluctuates, and then sometimes it won't even move. It'll stay at 14. So that's what's going on. That the dial is now below 14 as I get to a traffic stop or a stop sign. It hovers at 13 and 14, and just before it dropped down to 12. It's not doing it now. Between 12 and 13 and 14. But it goes back to normal to 14 while you're riding. be okay.